Hey everyone, Krista Mashore here. Are you ready to be fired up? Because I am so excited. I've got Tricia Piquero. She is the owner of 110 Magazine. She's a powerhouse of a woman. She's somebody dear to my heart. And so if you are ready to learn awesome marketing strategies and how she actually was in real estate and transitioned to something else, Trish, you are here. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Trish, for doing this. I really appreciate you. Tell us a little bit about you and who you are.
Okay, so as you know, but I'll let everybody know, I am the owner and publisher of a local lifestyle magazine here in East Contra Costa County. So I've been doing that for the past 13 years. I am very active in the community, past chamber president, do a lot with nonprofits, and just very community active. Got a beautiful family, and I'm actually a grandma. I have a 9-month-old grandson.
Oh, how fun is that? You know, I really want to be a grandma, but not now. But I know that when I am, I'm going to be amazing. But I'm not ready for about probably 7-8 years, kids. So just hold back. Give me 8 years, you know?
Well, even then, it's kind of like, oh, wow, grandma? I mean, I still think I'm in my 20s and then maybe 30s, but it's like, no, I am an official grandma, and it's fantastic. So
whether you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to this and you can't see Trish, she's gorgeous, but even more on the outside as she is on the inside. I really, truly am dear to her. I've actually been marketing her magazine for years and years. It's so funny. Last night, my kids just said, Mom, we don't show up anymore on the internet when we put in that magazine like we did. Because I had my kids on the magazine when they were little, when I was going through the divorce. So they love that too. Okay. So Trish, tell us a little bit about what you do and how did you transition from real estate into doing this magazine, and what made you do that?
Good question. Okay, so I had been very successful in real estate, and it brought me out to the Brentwood area. I actually changed from resale to selling new homes, and fell in love with Brentwood. And then the market crashed back in like 2008 or around there, right?
Yes.
And it became a very difficult market. And so I felt as if it was time for a change for me. I'd been doing it for a long time, and an opportunity came up. A magazine that I absolutely loved came available for sale, and I was looking to invest in a local business, but something that I felt would really do well in a town like Brentwood, where we're at. And so I found out it was for sale, and I decided to look into it. 2 gentlemen had founded it and started it, and it actually went out of business. And then I came along and I decided to revive it, and that was 13 years ago.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about that. So first of all, I want you to, if you're listening or watching, think about this. I mean, she's in real estate, the market crashes, right? She moves here because of the opportunities, and boom, market crashes, and she decides to actually completely change careers. So whether you're new into real estate and you've left a career to get into real estate, or whether you're thinking about getting out of real estate, I want you to think about how scary that can be. My dog wants out here. There you go, Pepper. She's going to be scratching to get back in, and even I know her. She's like, I don't know what I want. So imagine the scariness of that. I can only imagine the fear of leaving a whole new business. Now, did you have to invest in the business, or because it was you had to invest?
I did have to invest, which was very scary.
So do you mind me asking what the investment was?
Well, I invested $80,000 immediately into the business, right off the top.
$1,000 immediately. So here's the crazy thing about that, Trish. Is that real estate agents don't even like investing anything in their business, and they think it should just all come. And I'm such a proponent about investing in yourself, taking the plunge to learn skills to get new. You invested $80,000 initially. Wow.
In a business I knew nothing about.
Oh my gosh. So how did you even do that?
I'll tell you what I've learned along the way is people would tell me, a lot of people, first of all, I went to mentors and I said, should I do this? Should I not? One of my favorite real estate mentors, who was a top producer and made millions of dollars a year, said, you're crazy. Don't do it.
Right? Who was that?
That was Helga Proudfoot. And she used to work in Remax East Bay in Fremont. And
I don't remember her. Okay. So gosh.
Yeah, not in this area. So, because I came from the East Bay. So she told me, don't do it. You're crazy. And then my mother told me, you know what, whatever you do, you're going to be successful at if you put your mind to it. And then I watched a lot of Oprah and I just, I did my due diligence though. I went out and what I did was I talked to people and I said, hey, if I take this business over, you used to be a customer. Will you be a customer again? If not, why not? And I really went out there and everybody I went to said, I will. I love this magazine. So I loved the magazine. And a lot of people did as well. And many people told me they would come back as a client if I revamped it. And so I also had to look at the business model and figure out how to cut costs, which I did right off the top.
I remember Dino telling me, so listen to how cool they are. Okay. So they used to pay to have the magazine distributed. Okay. And what her and her husband did was they put their hard blood, sweat, and tears, and they would hand deliver via car all of these magazines to every single home in Antioch, Brentwood, Oakley, and Discovery Bay. I mean, they would hand deliver it. So they saved a lot of money and they were willing to kind of be a little bit different and be willing to change directions to save some money. That's incredible.
Absolutely. That was one of the big things that is what had taken them out of the business, the postage cost, because it used to be mailed. I used to get it. And so that was a game changer for us. However, I didn't know what the reaction was going to be. We poly wrap it really nicely. I wanted to make sure it was delivered. I didn't want to just hire anybody. So my family, my son delivered this magazine for years. My husband helped him get that all situated. My husband would deliver the magazine. I mean, there would be times when I would go to business and deliver the magazines myself. And so I made sure.
I can attest to that. You've hand delivered magazines to my business. And in fact, just to let everyone know, I do a full page ad in Tricia's magazine. I've paid to be on the cover of her magazine. And I wanted to say she's so gracious because I've been supporting her. I love supporting local businesses. And she actually just out of the goodness of her heart recommended me to be in her magazine for free for the month of March for this women-owned business movement that's going on March 28th to support local businesses. And I just want to say how it totally goes around full circle when you support each other, you support women, you support local businesses. And I mean, now I'm going to be getting exposed to hundreds of thousands of people in my local community being on the front page of a magazine and in a magazine and on a website for free, all because I supported Trish.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And because she likes me.
Yes. No, I absolutely do. Though, but you've also been a leader in the community. You've also done so much work yourself, not just for your business, but for something that you were personally passionate about. So that is, and I'm all about sharing stories and telling, and I feel as if when it's in print, it is forever, even though we're digital as well. And we're on the social media and we're online on the web, but telling stories and that's your legacy. So that's one of the things why I love the magazine. And one of the reasons why I came on board is because I was passionate about being a reader of these stories. And now I got to be part of the storytelling and helping to choose who gets to be in the magazine, telling their stories, just sharing that. And I feel as if I'm kind of a vessel that puts that together. I'm not the writer. I'm not that talented of a writer. I'm not a talented designer, but I have those talented people who do a beautiful job on my team. And then I kind of have the vision of what I want it to be. And then I get to meet people like you. I get to meet other people that are doing great things in the community or in their lives, and they want to share it with people and they want to touch lives. So I'm thrilled that I get to be a part of that.
And you are a master at it. I mean, one thing I will say is you're a master at storytelling. You're a master at making people feel special and important. And there is so much power behind a personal story. I mean, even for me, I've got to say, I think people in the community have always looked at me and thought that I was somebody that just naturally was lucky, right? No one ever knew my true story until actually you told it in the 110 magazine. That was the first time that people ever realized, oh my gosh, Krista came from a group home and a foster home, and she was in juvenile hall, and and she, her husband left her and left everything, and she was left with nothing, and now she's created all this, and they didn't know anything about my giving back to the community or my Teens Lifting Lives program, and you actually did an article on me about that as well, and for free. And I remember telling you, no, I don't want to do it because I'm not doing it for that reason. And you said, you need to do it. And I said, okay, but people will judge and think a certain way until they get to know the true person. I think it's really, really helped me in my business.
Absolutely. And to me, I do see the people who, like you and other people who are doing things just out of the goodness of their heart. It's not like, oh, look at me. And it has nothing to do with that. It is something that that you were meant to be a part of, and that is a passion. And so when I see that, I'm like, ooh, that's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear about the people who are out shooting their own horn, but just to get recognition. It's really about the people who are doing things that they're passionate about, and then hearing stories like yours about coming through the hard times, which, I mean, I didn't have the easiest upbringing, I would say. Not anything like your story by any means, but my family we didn't have a lot of money. I put myself through college. I worked 2 jobs. I lived on my own. I had, I kind of just had to, I was one of the only people out of all my friends and family that actually went to college. So I wasn't really in that environment. And so, it was definitely something that I was able to overcome to some degree and
Yes.
excel from, and then come out. And then at some point, I had no idea I would ever own my own business. And I didn't even think about that.
I love, though, just you're such a powerhouse, because what I want people to understand is, like, really get where she was at. I mean, this is a woman who knew nothing about this magazine, but she took it upon herself to learn, to ask questions, to go out and do things to find out how she could bring people back and the reasons why they left. And then she solved all those problems, brought an amazing team together. Now she has a thriving business. There's not one person in this county, in East County, that does not know the 110 magazine, does not know Trish and her super hot husband, Dino. I love him so much. That is so willing to just, you have to be willing to take a risk. You have to be willing to make an investment, right? And otherwise you wouldn't be where you're at.
And, I will say my real estate career is what gave me the background to learn about, because you are in business for yourself when you're in real estate. You're everything. You're your marketer. You are, you're the one doing the business. You're the one kind of handling all different aspects of it. And so from that, I learned, right off the top, I had a mentor. I was really thought coaching would be important for me. I had a coach, and I knew and understood a little bit about marketing, but not a lot. And I did everything that the people who before me had done to be successful. I just followed the plan, put the hard work in, because you have to work it. You got to get out there and do those things. And then I became successful at that, and I did that for a long time.
But you also made adjustments too. So you made adjustments based on what they were doing incorrectly. Now, how did you learn about that? Just by asking questions from past readers?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of had one of the things I noticed right off the top is they had made some changes to their marketing. They had changed the logo of the magazine. And I thought, why are they changing this brand? That's such an important brand. They tried to spell it out 110. I thought, that doesn't feel right anymore. And
I remember them doing that. And I remember thinking, what are they doing?
Yes. So it was like, what are they thinking? And then I will just say that I just thought, crunching the numbers, I'm like, if we can do this and save money here, we can do this. And I'll tell you, in the beginning, we were every other month, publishing every other month. And
I remember that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had to build back up. So I had to learn the business. I kept on one of the founders, Don Huntington, who is the writer and editor of the magazine back then. And he was willing to stay on board, and he was willing to teach me the business, him and his wife. So I had a good plan of action as far as, okay, these are the people that are going to teach me the business. And because I had a sales background and a marketing background already in real estate, and so I had that type of experience that I brought to the table. And then I really understood my area. Brentwood is a specific demographic. So I knew my demographic, and it's really important to know the area that you're in as well. So, I did do a lot of homework, and then I really thought to myself, is this something that I am passionate about? Because that's the bottom line. You have to be passionate about whatever it is you're doing. Otherwise, you are going to, lose your momentum and your motivation if you don't have any passion. So some people thought, oh, you're crazy to go into something that you don't know. But I already knew I was passionate about the magazine. I used to read it every month. I read it cover to cover. I would follow my husband around. I'd read articles to him because he doesn't even care to open the magazine, but I didn't care. I'm like, you're going to read this article and you're going to love it. And I would tell all my friends and people, did you read this article? And I would share it with, when I was in real estate, I would share it with people who were new to the area. And so it's something that I enjoyed, so it was something that I wanted to be a part of. So I'm happy I got that opportunity.
So, and obviously you've had some struggles. So tell us, like, when you had struggles, how did you get past that? Because I know a lot of our listeners, no matter what profession they're in, they struggle at times. It's not always, somebody, what's that saying? What is it? It's like, it's amazing how lucky you get when you work hard, right? Like some people just think that it just naturally happens, but really there's no such thing as luck. It's hard work. So when you're having hard times, what do you say?
Well, to me, it's kind of I feel it's your belief system as well. And there are times when you can let that belief system sway back and forth to me. And so for me, I in the past, when things have been difficult, I think about, okay, I believe that an idea can turn something around. I believe that, I can go out there and get some customers, and I can get people to want to advertise in the magazine, or I believe in my team. So I kind of go back to that. Okay, what are my beliefs? And that is, I want to say that's probably what has pulled me through that. Okay, this is something I believe in. And then a new idea does come to me, or a new idea from a teammate. I get my team together and I say, okay, what are your ideas? I'm out of them. What do you guys have to say? And then I have the ability, because we are a small company, to capitalize and to really put those ideas into fruition. And so a lot of times what we have done is always been like, oh, here's a new idea, a fresh idea. Let's go out and work on that, or let's share that with people. And then it builds momentum, and it brings new energy to what we're doing. And we're able to hit our goals, or we're able to get people excited about the magazine. And there's always changes. I mean, now we're getting into a digital age. And so we constantly have to educate people, because yes, we've been digital. We've had the publication digital for 13 years. We were the first. That's the one thing that I did immediately. I said, I need a digital publication as soon as I bought the magazine. And so we went live digitally, and now it's all about a lot of social media. So now we're incorporating that, but it's the whole package, because people love if we could just be digital, that would save us a lot of cost. But people still love reading magazines. There's something about a magazine. It's beautiful. It's got gorgeous photos. It falls in your lap, because we literally put it in your lap, because we go from door to door and deliver it to you. And so those are the kind of things that we're constantly working on. I mean, we're constantly
innovative. You're
yes.
What I hear you saying is we're innovative. We're willing to change. I'm willing to ask questions. I'm willing to adapt. And
yes.
I read a lot of books. I'm like a fanatical reader, and I love it. I love it. So one of the things that I've learned from a lot of the successful people is that they have a strong belief system. One of the most common denominators between people that are ultra successful and people that are not is that they believe in what they're doing. They believe that no matter what, they're going to succeed. Like they have that belief. Like for me, I know I'm the #1 trainer in the world. Okay. I know that. Like I know I'm there. I can see myself on a stage in front of thousands of people, inspiring and encouraging them. It's like, I don't care. I already know it, like it's happening right now. Right. Like that's my ultra belief system. And for you believed and knew that it would happen, and you can actually change your beliefs. So if you're listening to this, you're watching this, understand that you have the power to make yourself great, or you have the power to not, because whatever you believe, it's going to happen, right? I mean, truthfully, all the research, scientific research, doctors say that the way that you think about things, your belief system creates your reality. So we've got to get you thinking on a positive note. I mean, and you have such energy and enthusiasm. You can tell you are so passionate about what you do. And I have to just tell you, I love you. When I say that, I mean, like, just even talking to you now, I love how you can just tell that you care about what you're doing. You care about people. You care about making an impact.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I love you too. I love you too. I love how authentic you are, how you're yourself, and you just put it out there, and you're just go, go, go. I'm a lot of go, go, go too.
Yeah.
And, but I feel as if you have really taken the time. People don't realize all the hard work and time and effort that you put into everything that you do and all the research and definitely, to me, educating yourself, reading the books. I'm all about that. I'm all about Audible books now too, because it's a
Oh, me
lot,
too.
it's easy.
Yeah, I listen to audibles when I'm at the gym, while I'm getting ready. Like, I mean, constantly people are like trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to my book. Like, what do you need? Like, it's actually kind of a problem I have, I think. But even more than listening is you've got to implement too. So
Yes.
being willing to even maybe read less and implement more. And as you're listening to this, like, think about, what can I take away from this and add to my business so I can change not just my business, but change my life? Because many times when your business changes and you're excited, everything around you starts to change, and that's just what I notice. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I would just say, having fun. To me, an important part of what I do, I want to have fun with it. I want to have fun with the people that I'm working with. I want to have fun and think about what it is that I get to do. When I read the magazine at the end, when the magazine comes out at the first of the month, and I reread all the stories, and I just feel like, wow, I'm so proud to be a part of somebody else's story and to be sharing that. And I have to remind myself, yeah, there's a lot of hard work, don't get me wrong, but having fun when I get those moments to have fun it makes it all worthwhile for sure.
Oh, it's so true. Trish, you know what I love about you is you're such a philanthropist. And so I have this project that I'm doing, and I would love for you to be involved. Basically, I'm going to do this whole thing for my local community where I involve 25 local businesses that are willing to give away something super big of value so people could enter to win prizes. So then how that helps us as a local business is they have to give us their name, phone number, and email. So we get their contact information to future market to them and to retarget to them, right?
Awesome.
And also, we are going to be exposed to their social media because they have to tag our business. I'd love to have the 110 magazine, if you're up to it, like, want to be in this free giveaway.
Absolutely. I'm all over it. I would love to donate something. Can I donate a two-page spread?
Yes, a 2-page spread. Oh my gosh, what is that valued at?
That is valued at $1,500.
Oh my gosh, so that's so awesome. Yes, it's going to totally help the community. And the nice thing is somebody can tell their story.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Okay, yay. Okay, so just to let everyone know, that's as easy as it is. You come up with these amazing ideas. You support local businesses. Now, by doing this, the cool thing about it is that we're going to be supporting other local businesses. There's Pepper. Supporting other local businesses and supporting some people in the community to be able to get free cool stuff. Okay, so you're down.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Okay, so I always ask every single person on every single podcast, if you could give one piece of valuable information to impact somebody's business and life, what would that be? What would that one piece of information be to do?
I would say, I would say be fearless. To me, if it feels like something that it's telling you you need to do it, listen to your intuition more over anybody else. Listen to your own intuition. And like I said, my guru mentor, Helga, she told me, don't you dare get that magazine. And she's, knows what she's doing in life when it comes to real estate. But when it came to what was best for me, something told me, you know what? She doesn't know what's best for me. I know what's best for me. And so I would just say, go with your gut and be fearless.
That is such great advice. I was told the same thing when I wanted to go into coaching. My lovely parents were like, "What are you doing? Why would you ever do that?" And they didn't mean to like hold me back. But they were like, "You're already so successful. Why would you change? Like normal people don't leave a career doing as well as you are to be a coach. Like no one's going to pay you money to coach them." And I was just like, "Yeah, they will. I'm doing it."
Yeah.
So thank goodness I didn't listen. And I was scared because it was hard. I mean, I spent a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of energy, made a lot of mistakes, and I still am, but I'm learning and I keep growing, and my company is kicking butt. So awesome advice. Be fearless. Trish, love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. I cannot wait for that giveaway. And I know this podcast is going to be so impactful for everyone. Thank you so much, Trish. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Remember, everybody, it's great to learn, but if you don't implement, nothing happens. You've got to implement. Make it a great day. Thank you so much for a little bit of your time. And as always, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.